Okay, first marker of a veteran team, ladies and gentlemen. They're fielding a Burgoyne over on DHK. Viz are going a slightly more well, I said slightly more conventional. They've only got 2 radar boats. They have taken 1, 2, 3 Venezias as Summers they're daring. DHK have gone light on the destroyers, just the one Summers. That might come back to haunt them, but both teams have gone heavy on the cruisers. This map's called Tears of the Cruisers for a reason, so let's see where it goes. Right. So, how are Viz going to play this one? They've got the destroyer advantage. They can play the stealth and reconnaissance a bit more. And it's worth noting that DHK have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 radars. They've only fielded the one non-radar cruiser, the Venezia. But, well, 15 8-inch guns throwing SAP can still ruin Destroyer's day pretty quickly. So, Celtic Blue Noha making what looks like an early deployment out on the BC line, with the daring of Archaon pushing out for either A or B. Yeah, he might go for the Defilade on B, actually. Remember, that's a daring, no engine boost. Takes a while to get anywhere. Cruiser and battleship backup, again, we're seeing a 50-50 split. The Yamato Jolonuts is going to be an interesting ship. He's not moving as fast as the others, so I think what we may see here is that Jolonuts will loiter around the island chains here and just put flank fire into Darkness of Angel, Elise 2000, and the other DHK ships as they push up. Of course, Destroyer on point A from DHK. That's going to give them a leg into point A, especially with the radar backup from the Des Moines, the Petropavlovsk, and the Moskva. But it leaves them with very little scouting except for radar sets on the rest of the map. Carlo 123, 123 getting into a blocking position for point B there with the radar of the Stalingrad. Let's just check something, shall we? If we drop down to sea level, back out to 12k, and there we go. Okay, so 12k circle around the Stalingrad. There is just this narrow window to the north where a ship could potentially get into point B and remain unspotted. However, the daring hasn't gone for that. Archaon apparently has decided to start the end times in the far northwest of point A. So at some point he is going to collide with the Summers of Elise. Gets a quick look at the Moskva, drops his torpedoes on the way over just to deny. And as I say, we'll see what happens when both the Summers and the daring try to get into point A, because first ship in there is going to attract radar. So Elise wins the race. Let's see if Junior Suitubi reacts there, because he has got the radar set. He's in a semi-decent blocking position. He's got the range, although he doesn't know it. Let's see what happens, because Sui is probably going to pull in here. If he goes any further forward, he's going to be flat broadside in front of way too many enemy ships. There's the radar. Elise is spotted. Immediate shells out. AP from the Stalingrad. Everyone else needs to wait 6 seconds to get their guns on. Archaon gets the spot, and the 2 Venezias open up as well. And I think the deck is now very, very clean over on Elise's ship. I'm not so sure about the underwear of everyone on board, but hey, there you go. He survived 2 Venezias dumping 30 rounds of SAP at him. That kind of thing tends to make you discover religion. Whether his luck's going to continue remains to be seen. The Venezias are finding the range, if not the bearing. Those shells came close, and he's left bolting on 40% health and yields point A. Archaon also gave his position away, but got away with far less incoming fire. And interestingly, no one and Metu in the Venezias have been forced right up to the map border. So they're going to have to pull themselves off the line without getting shot to pieces. However, I think they've managed to go unspotted. So if we just temporarily flip to Team Bravo spotting, yep. Team Alpha, that is to say, Viz have managed to stay undetected through that turn. So both of the Venezias can enjoy some stealth while they pull themselves off the map border and get themselves some sea room with which to maneuver. Meanwhile, down in Point C, how are things going? Headscar showing some dents after an early attempt to dive into Point C, and the Summers of Celtic Blue is just doing the classic King of the Sea reverse cap. He's backed in, he's flipped it, and if Schmutz decides to fire his radar set, which I don't think he will, I suspect he's on cooldown at this point, not to mention the fact that he's also got a great deal of artillery fire coming his way, then that should be a fairly textbook cap for Celtic Blue there. He can just slip away. He has to be careful not to drift out, though. He's on quarter fours. I wonder if he meant... Nope, he meant to do that. That is absolutely finesse. Remember, the ship doesn't have to be completely in. He just has to have his center of gravity in. And there we go, the capital C. But critically, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, at least 2,000, and I say this as an expert on the topic, overextended. Ran right into both the Venezias, and, ladies and gentlemen, Vis now have no destroyer. This could be about to get very, very messy for them. Because with the summers gone, the only realistic way that DHK have got of spotting Archaon and the summers over to the southeast is now their radar sets. So DHK, I think, might be regretting their decision to only take one destroyer. At least, I think, possibly try to work around the flank. And, well, yeah, he ran into a bit more than he could bite off there. Surprised he did that, actually. Meanwhile, Death Hunter has been caught a bit out of position as well. He's exposed, he's spotted, and he's got both the Venezians pointing out. He's backing up as best he can. But that's still a lot of SAP coming his way, and once the Venezians get the range, this could hurt. So, shells over. Rounds down again. Again, scratch damage, but remember, those scratches add up when you've got 30 rounds coming at you every 15 seconds or so. Another solid sour down, another bit of scratch damage. Where is the Burgoyne? What is Noko doing? Looks like he ran west quite a way, and he's now trying to get back into a firing position. Interesting. So, overall position at the moment. DHK and Vis have both ground to more or less static lines and are oof, okay, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Darkness of Angel making a desperate dash for that island. How fast can Itzra reload the 18s? Not fast enough, but Schmutz goes down to the southeast as well. So that's another radar boat there. Fede Scar taking a solid kill. And, well, Point C was already in Viz's possession, but DHK are now getting just a little short of boats that they can use to cap. As noted, if they had a destroyer left, they might have been able to wriggle in. As it is, it's Darkness of Angel that's making the cap in B. 2 points to 1 in Viz's favour, but, well, Darkness has a rather large problem coming around the corner behind him. Cross shot from Isra into Pinahal, but doesn't do very much, thanks to a combination of range and Pinahal angling. And Darkness and Isra are now basically playing Ring Around the Rosie in Point B. Isra could try to continue that game, but it's not going to work for him if he does, because he will go broadside to Nopal 13's Burgoyne, and, well, Kremlins don't do well when they're broadside. So instead, Wallenstall, Celtic Blue, Oris Killer go down. What is going on over on the DHK side? Viz are absolutely stomping them. Celtic Blue Noah got a torpedo kill onto the Thunderer. Carlo's been forced to ground, and I suspect Noah will probably just try to turn and get a flank shot onto him. No, he's not going for it. Another side shot from the Kremlin. Isra pushes in. Death Hunter gets beaten down by the two Venezias and the Daring. And now Noko is suddenly very short of friends. He's broadside on to an angry Kremlin. And even the Burgoyne's armor is not going to stand up to those 18-inch guns at 10,000 meters. And just to make matters worse, he's got two Venezias harassing his superstructure from the stern. So let's see how this goes. Oh, there goes Darkness of Angel. Israel was more interested in finishing off the Des Moines, and he's not even bothering to grab point B. This is actually about to turn into a table wipe. DHK are down to 16 points. If they hit 0, that is a mercy rule, basically. The game will summarily end and get called. But I honestly, what happened here? But Israel's just waiting for the shot, I think. Ilko's desperately trying what he can. Here come the 18s. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. Israel's actually turning out. We've got SAP raining down from the Venezias as well. So Noko, I think, is having a very, very bad day all of a sudden. However, looks like the Italians over on DHK are trying to flip this around as well. SAP into Isra. He's down to 12,000. More AP comes in, 5,000, 18 inches from the Kremlin. Finish the job. And that is... Yikes. What just happened?